Hello everybody, welcome to Coco's Crochet. I'm Litsa and today's our podcast number 145. It's Thursday the 24th of July 2025 and once again we're gathered together, just hanging out, friends, showcasing each other's makes, oohing and ahhing and being inspired by each other. For everyone that's just joined us recently, welcome and thank you so much for joining us. I hope you stick around. We are a fun group. I keep saying this and it is very, very true. Now, today we have quite a few things of yours to showcase, which I'm so excited about as always. We'll have our Beanie of the week. Then I'll show you what I've been up to and a little bit of life at the end and a couple of reminders. Very, very important because we are getting to almost the end of July, which is very, very crazy because it feels like only a moment ago that we said welcome to July. So without any further ado, as always, let me pop my clipboard down and start showcasing your awesome makes. Now, our very, very first make is so super sweet and I love that I actually have it here in real life to share with you. Oh my gosh, I have been wanting to make a little rubber ducky for so long. Look at this one here. So my friend Roseanne and work colleague, look at him up close. I just can't tell you how happy he makes me. Roseanne, you've done an amazing job with him. Now, Roseanne used the Motivera Blankie yarn in Sparkle, which I'm sure you would have noticed in the yellow and the orange colours. And she's used these kawaii safety eyes. They're very, very sweet. I think they may be from Temu. Now, the tutorial for this little rubber ducky is at Crochet, K Cress and Crochet. And I will link that tutorial for you down in the description box. But once again, Roseanne, thank you for bringing such a smile to my face and I'm sure to many of you. And now that I've seen your rubber ducky, I really need to make one for myself. So I'm just going to pop him down here for now. Oh, you can't see him, but that's okay. That's okay. So next we have our friend Jill. Now Jill is at Gum Leaf Crochet and Yarn and she's all here on YouTube. She makes amazing blankets and a lot of other beautiful makes as well. You can also find her on Instagram. I'll be very surprised if you're not already hanging out with our friend Jill. So now this gorgeous blanket is made up of hexagons joined together. Jill used sock yarn. Now that's commitment, right guys? But it was definitely worth the end result because I can just imagine how soft and drapey your beautiful blanket is. So Jill, thank you so very, very much for sharing it with us. Now next we have our friend Geraldine from G Crochet Off the Hook. Once again, go and hang out with her if you're not already doing so here on YouTube. And she's just amazing. She has so much wonderful content on her channel as well. Now, Geraldine has sent in 2 of her beanies of the week. The first one is the Balin beanie, which was 2 weeks ago, or 3 now. Anyway, a couple of beanies ago. Geraldine used Classic Yarns Rhythm Printed, which is 80% acrylic and 20% polyamide with a 9mm hook. It just looks so soft and squishy. And this is the Woolly Winter Beanie. Geraldine used a super bulky Kismet Stonewash yarn in the colour Charcoal. This yarn is 90% acrylic and 10% polyamide. And Geraldine also used a 10mm hook. Another nice chunky quick make, that one. Geraldine did make the same comment that I did, that she found those little V stitches to make a tighter fabric. So that's something we all need to keep in mind. Geraldine, both your beanies are beautiful and I believe that Geraldine will be donating both of them. Now next we have our friend Josephine. Now, this is the Bean Stitch Beanie. Josephine used Walmart Mainstays yarn in the colour Sea Turtle. It's absolutely beautiful. Thank you, Josephine. Now, Josephine has joined in Cassandra's at Craftably Ever After's hashtag Bear in a Box Cow, which I think nearly all of us have. Here she, her little bear, here she is tucked in her bed. And I absolutely love the little pillow and the little bee. Now we have a few wardrobe changes. So wardrobe choice number 1 is the jeans set with the 2 different types tops. That so Josephine made 2 different tops and matching shoes. Absolutely gorgeous. And now wardrobe choice number 2 Well, you know that I absolutely love the purple, and it is such a pretty summer fun dress. I absolutely love that one. And wardrobe choice number 3 is this perfect party dress, and I absolutely love your matching headband. Thank you so much, Josephine, for sharing all your very cute makes. I actually can't wait to see your Bear in a Box Cal week number 4, what you make for that. I hope you share those with us as well. Now, our friend Diane, she always joins in Beanie of the Week, and here you'll see her last week's beanie. So Diane used very pretty and white yarn, and the fluffy pom-pom on the top is just the perfect finishing touch. Now, I need to say a big hello and a big welcome to Diane's family, because they join us each and every week, oohing and ahhing over not only Diane's makes, but all of your awesome makes. And I am absolutely thrilled that you've come here to join us. So thank you for that. Now, Diane has also sent in some of her weekly makes. Now, the first one, oh my gosh, this is so cute. And I have been given permission to share this photo. So Diane's granddaughter is modeling this beautiful swim cover-up. Diane crocheted 2 panels of triple crochet, and then she sewed them together. Diane used Yarn Bee Sugar Wheel cotton in the color Harbour Wish, and a 5mm hook, which I believe is Diane's favorite hook size. Now, Diane tells us that this is her first wearable. I think you should be so very proud of yourself. You've done an amazing job. So thank you so much for sharing that with us. And we also have a couple of bags. So this gorgeous bag is a pattern from Winding Road Crochet. Diane used Crafter's Secret cotton and a 5mm hook. It's so beautiful. And now this is a Stephanie Z Market bag. Diane used Lily's Sugar and Cream cotton and another 5mm hook. Thank you so much, Diane, for sharing your makes with us. They are absolutely gorgeous. Now, next we have our friend Appliqué, and she has shared a couple of her makes with us. Here are some prayer squares and sets of hearts. Appliqué has donated these to her chaplain at the local hospital, and I'm sure that they will be very well received. And Appliqué says that if that is the case, she will be making more. That is wonderful. And now this blanket is made using Caron Simply Soft and a 5.5mm hook. It is destined to be donated, and it is absolutely gorgeous. So thank you so much, Appliqué, for sharing your makes with us. And last but not least, our lovely friend Laura has sent in 2 of her weekly makes as well. Now look at this super cute snowman. I absolutely love his red scarf and his black top hat. And now look at this wind spinner. It is so pretty. The colors match the adorable little bee that is dangling right down at the bottom. So it is perfectly matched with the colors that you've chosen. And thank you so much, Laura, for sharing your makes with us. So, how many of you added something new to your crochet to-do list? I know I certainly have. That list, as we say, each and every week is forever growing. What are we to do with it, guys? But we can't help ourselves. It's so nice to be inspired by each other. And as always, I want to thank each and every one of you that takes the time to send me an email so I can share all your makes. And please do not hesitate. If you'd like to share something with us, just pop it in an email, the photo, a little bit about it, and then I'll be sure to showcase it next time. Now, let's get on to Beanie of the Week. Here we go. So, let me show it to you, and then we'll have a little chat about it. Oh my gosh, look at the texture in this, guys. Isn't it absolutely gorgeous? And wait till you hear a little bit about it. So, this is a top-down spiral beanie or hat. And the YouTube tutorial is at Pretty Darn Adorable Crochet. Sip, who is the designer, has a beautiful beginner-friendly tutorial. If you've never made a beanie before, do not be intimidated by the look of this one. It is super easy, and Sip talks you right through it. Now, this beanie is pretty darn adorable, but wait, it's also reversible. Give me a moment. Let me just pop her down. Now, look at this, guys. You simply flip it over, and then you have a 2-in-1 beanie. So if you want to wear it less textured some days, let me pop it back here so you can see it, less textured, you can have this look. How clever is that? The only thing I did for my beanie, which was a slight variation, was that I used chunky yarn, because you know I love this tweed yarn here. I've only got about 3 balls left in my mill ends, and it is a super chunky yarn. And when this yarn runs out, I'll be very sad, because I use it time and time again. And I also use a 9mm hook. Now, SIP uses worsted weight yarn and I think from memory, a 6mm hook. But it just shows you that you can always vary the pattern slightly to match your preferred yarn and hook size. Now with this one here, the only extra thing that I did other than just slightly change the pattern, so instead of starting with 15, I think it's 15 or 16, 15 double crochets, US terminology, I did 10. And then I did, for my head, just to fit a bit more snug around my forehead, I did a row of single crochet, but I decreased every 5 rows. You may not need to do that at all. You might want to do some ribbing and not go as low. Totally up to you, but I highly recommend that you do try this pattern, and if you do so, please send it in for Beanie of the Week, and I'll be sure to showcase yours next week. I cannot wait to see what different types of yarn everybody uses. So thank you so much for, you know, putting out another beautiful, darn adorable crochet pattern for us. So that's our Beanie of the Week, guys. Now, next I have a few crochet alongs that I'm joining in, as we all are, and I cannot wait to show you what I've made for those. So our friend Rose at Rose Likes Crochet, if you're not hanging out with her, I'll be shocked, but if not, go and give her a little visit. She's an awesome human and has so much great content. Now she is running a crochet along for the whole entire year, so we're in the month of July, so each month we get a different make for Random Acts of Crochet Kindness, and July is Little Angels. So I'm not sure if this is the same pattern that Rose has made, but it is definitely very similar. So here is I only made one so far. I'm not sure if I'll have an opportunity to make any more, but there's my little angel there. And I did use some of this spray starch to starch her, because I used a 4mm hook and just some scraps of DK weight yarn, but I just felt that it needed to be blocked a little bit, and then I thought the best way to do it is with some starch spray. Now this one is called Angel Appliqué at Butterfly Craft DIY, and I will definitely link it down in the description box for you. Now with these, what I'm doing is I'm collecting all of my little Random Acts of Crochet Kindness each month, and I'm putting them all together and saving them until September. I think it's middle of September. We here in Australia, and I'm guessing all around the world, we have RAOCK Day, and I'm going to have a big basket and I'll fill it up. I actually bag these. I've got a little bag here full of them so far, and just ask people to take one if they wish to do so. So that'll be my Random Acts of Crochet Kindness, teamed up with RAOCK Day. So thank you so much, Rose, for inviting us all to join in. If you haven't already done so, you still have time. We've got another week to the end of the month. Then you send off your photos to Rose, and you also get an opportunity to win a little prize, which is always a lot of fun, right? Who doesn't want to win a little prize? Now, the next crochet along is with our friend KK and our friends KK and Kristen over at K&K Crochet. Now they announced that they were going to put out a sock along. Now I have been wanting to make socks for over 2 years, and those of you that have been, you know, hanging out with us here at Coco's Crochet for that long, you know that I keep saying it. So I thought it's now or never. What a great opportunity to crochet along with friends, to inspire each other and to cheer each other on. It's always nice to have cheerleaders, right? So the beauty is that KK and Kristen put out a video, I think it was yesterday, saying that it's for the whole year. So this goes to the end of the year and beyond if you wish to. Because for some reason I thought it was only for July, and I thought, I've got Buckley's of finishing this sock or socks. But let me tell you, I have started my socks. So let me show them to you. Sock, let me show it to you. So I'm using this yarn here. It's a Moda Vera, and it's called Not Just Socks. Now this looks like a really crazy colorway, but it's got some gorgeous colors in it. But it is actually crocheting up very, very beautifully. And as it being sock yarn, as you can imagine, it is very, very thin, guys. Look, this is like thread for me. It's so super thin, and I am using a 3.5mm hook. Now, somewhere in this yarn room or in this house, I've misplaced for the second time, and the second hook that I bought, 3.5mm clover or more. Lucky I have my spare boy hook to keep me going. So if any of you see it, please send it home to me. Now, here's my sock so far. Look at that, guys. I'm making a sock. Who would have thought the day would come? And how pretty is this yarn crocheting up? Now, I am using, I just love the name of this tutorial, the crochet socks for chubby feet, because I have chubby feet, and the YouTube tutorial is by Olga Poltava. It is such a great tutorial. So far, the toe part has been very simple. It's just some increases, but in a particular sequence. And now I'm at the part where I'm growing it for where your foot length is before I get to the heel. We'll see how we go with the heel. I'm sure that's going to be a challenge, but I'm here for the challenge. So KK and Kristen, thank you so much for inspiring us to make some socks. I'm very excited that I've finally joined in. I am terrified, but I'm definitely going to give it a good go. So thank you so much. I'm hoping by the end of the year I have a pair of socks. Oh, how wonderful would that be? How wonderful. Now, our next crochet along that I've joined in, and I know a lot of you have, pardon my cough, is with our friend Cassandra at Craftably Ever After. Now, she has put out the crochet along for the month of July, hashtag bear in a box cow. Oh my gosh, how much fun has it been? As you saw all of Josephine's makes, you have a wide range of things to make for your bear. Here's my little one sitting there in her pretty party frock. Of course, I chose to use blanket yarn. Cassandra makes it in cotton. You can make it using any yarn that you prefer and any hook size, of course. Now, this was the last and final week, so week 4, and it was all about the accessories. And before I dive into some more information about what I made and my materials, I have to say thank you so much, Cassandra, not only for inviting us along for this awesome crochet along, but for putting out such beautiful and very easy to read patterns for free. I hope you all appreciate the enormity of that, because we didn't just get one pattern, we got two different patterns for 2 different bears. Let me tell you, this little bear has been so much fun to make. She is the sitting version, and I absolutely love her, and she was so easy to make as long as you followed the tutorial, the written instruction, and also there is a tutorial how to do the legs, which is amazing. And then there are, oh my gosh, I couldn't tell you, at least I'd say 20 patterns, free patterns for us. So thank you so much for that, Cassandra. And I have to say that I'm going to not quote, but say that our friend KK, she was saying in one of her latest videos when she was talking about the crochet along, that she felt intimidated by Cassandra's patterns for so long because Cassandra's work is just immaculate. It's just beautiful. And I have to say that I felt exactly the same. But after now having made Grumpy Gus and her little squish buddy over there, and now this little bear here, I just want to make them all, because Cassandra's patterns are not only well written, but they are very, very friendly. So please, if you haven't given them a go, please try them. So that's me saying thank you to Cassandra. Now, I have been using my Motivera Blankie yarn for the bear and her outfit and her bedding. No, not for her bedding. I used different yarn for that. But today, I made her a little coffee cup. Of course, she needs a coffee, just like me. But the only silly mistake I made is that I used the same color as her body for her coffee cup. So when she holds it, it actually blends in with her. But that's okay. I can always make her another one, because that was a very quick and easy make. And I have been using I'm pretty sure a 7mm hook for the bear, the dress, and the coffee cup. So that's it. There are other things to make in here, not just that one accessory. There are quite a few. So why don't you go and visit Cassandra's blog, and you too can find out, and also her YouTube on her YouTube channel, she talks about this cowl as well. So thank you so much, Cassandra. It's sad to see it come to an end, but, you know, there are still many, many patterns that I haven't made. So I really do appreciate the invitation. Now, next, some of you may remember my, oh, I wish I could put this little, oh my gosh, this little rubber ducky up there, but there's no room. I'll just pop it over there. Some of you may have already watched my 60-hour challenge vlog. If not, please go ahead and do so. I'll link it down in the description box. And I was making baby blankets. And the only one that I had left to make was this funfetti blanket here. And let me tell you, it has been washed. It has softened up a lot, but it's still a very, very thick yarn fabric. Here it is here. It is the V-stitch and granny stitch combination. It turned out to be a beautiful size. I did end up putting either 5 or 6 balls in this funfetti yarn. It was a DK weight acrylic yarn, and I teamed it up with my Spot Saver 10-ply yarn or worsted weight yarn, and I used a 7mm hook for it. So I can now say that I finished each and every blanket that I started in that challenge. Was it last week or the week before? No, the week before. So that's wonderful. I'm so happy that I can tick all those off. Some are going for donation and some will be gifted. I know of at least one that I know that is going to be definitely gifted. I think in August there's a little baby that's coming to the family. So next we have some pickles. Okay, last week some of you may remember that I found this, I think it's called Santana, this yarn, this colour. Yes, so this is a Motivera Blankie yarn. I didn't have this colour in my stash, and when I saw it I had to buy it, and I instantly thought of pickles. Now, I know that most of you have already made a pickle or two, but this was my very, very first time, and I made one for Steve and one for me. So here's Steve's pickle here. Look at his happy face, and here's my pickle here. I made him first, and I wasn't sure what I was doing at all, but he turned out a bit chunky and a bit shorter, and then Steve wanted one like that. Now, my pickle's name is Hank. Why Hank, do you ask? And we've yet to name Steve, so when that happens I'll let you know. Because one of my favourite shows on TV is Corner Gas, and one of the characters is Hank, and he loves eating small sweet pickles. That is the story behind Hank. Again, oh my gosh, I can't believe how cute they are. My son did say that they look like cactus, and you know what? That's okay. I guess if I put a few little sprouts and flowers on them, they could be cactus, but I absolutely love them. Now, I used the tutorial by Ella at No Catchy Name Crochet. Thank you, Ella, for putting out such a friendly, beginner-friendly tutorial, and for making the idea of making pickles. I don't know why, it always sort of made me think it would be hard. I guess it was all the knobbly bits. But when you watch that tutorial, she just gives you all this freedom to just create. So if you haven't already watched Ella's tutorial, please go and do so. And if you've never made a pickle, I highly recommend that you make one using her tutorial, because I actually had a blast. It was so much fun. The second one, I didn't even watch it again, because after watching it all the way through, I knew exactly what I was doing. And I did use a 7mm hook to make sure that no stuffing or anything came out. So now I can say that I've made some pickles, and if anybody in my family wants pickles, or, you know, I know I can make them now, which is wonderful. Now, I think that's all my crochet for the week. We're going to get to some happy mail now, and then just some reminders, and last but not least, some life. So this actually arrived this afternoon, and I could not believe it. So I got a little notification to go to my post office box. I thought, I haven't ordered anything. I wonder what's coming. And in there was this gorgeous box. Now, just the box is beautiful. Here is the designer. Absolutely gorgeous box. And I thought, oh my gosh, I wonder what it's in there. And it is from Thea, our friend Thea. Thea, thank you so much. I have to say that I did have a few little happy tears. I'm not going to lie. It was just so amazing to receive this. So those of you that watched last week's podcast, number 144, if you haven't already done so, do so. Watch everybody's the makes that I showcase, but I also showcase Thea's daughter's artwork. And oh my gosh, I actually love this one the most. How did you know, guys? Like, it's like you're psychic. I don't know, but wait till you see this. I have it framed forever. Oh my gosh, guys, could you not look at that for hours? I absolutely love it. It's going to find a place up here, a home up here. Thank you so very, very much, Ruby, for gifting me your artwork. I know that you've signed it, so that's wonderful. This is going to be worth a lot of money one day, guys. Believe me. And I feel very, very special that I actually have a piece of artwork now in my collection. Let's pop it up there. Oh my gosh, it's actually stunning. I absolutely love it. But wait, guys, there's more. Okay, those of you who know. How much do I and a lot of us love the Golden Girls? Look at this, guys. Oh my gosh, I absolutely love this. So this is like a key ring and like a lip balm holder. It's got a little pocket. But look at, you need to see the workmanship in this. Look how they've matched the picture to be perfect. I mean, I just think that's amazing because that's where the pocket is. Someone like me who doesn't sew, I just think that's absolutely brilliant. Absolutely love it. And then look at this, guys. Friends. Oh my gosh, it's a little purse or like a little, you know, notions pouch, whatever you want to do with it, because you can hang it off things, which is great. But it's Friends. Absolutely love Friends, and I know a lot of you do as well. And then I thought, oh, it weighs a little bit. Wait till you see what's inside. Oh my gosh. Okay, now who doesn't love a nice sweet? So these are all stitch markers. So here are some M&Ms or an M&M. Now, mind you, all of these have been made by Thea's daughters. That's what's even more special. And then there's, you know how much I love McDonald's. So there's a McDonald's, fries, and I love fries. Who doesn't, right? And then there's Maltesers. Who doesn't love Maltesers? Okay, how many of you buy your popcorn at the movies and have your box of Maltesers and then mix them all up so you've got that savoury and sweet? It's just the best, the best. And then there's this card here, Ace, playing card. Cards always remind me of my dad. He used to do, you know, the shuffling and all of that. When we were little, we'd play card games, the family, and he was the dealer always. He was always amazing. So Thea and your beautiful family, thank you so much for my amazing Happy Mail. It was such a wonderful surprise. I cannot tell you how much I love everything, and I really do appreciate it. Thank you so very, very much. Make sure you let the girls know I said thank you. Now, next we have some reminders. Our hashtag Best Dressed 18-inch Doll Cowl 2025 and hashtag Birthstones Cowl 2025. We have one more week to next Thursday, the 31st of July, to get all our makes in by midnight Sydney, Australia time. So if you could do that, that would be wonderful. Let me tell you, there are very many amazing projects sitting in my emails, and I cannot wait to showcase them all with you and for me to ooh and ah over. So please make sure that you do get those to me. Now tomorrow is July 25th here in Sydney, Australia, and I'm going to put out my Christmas extravaganza video, which is hosted by our friends KK and Kristen at K&K Crochet. So please look out for that one. And now for a little bit of life. So, as you all know, I went back to work this week, and all I can say was this, other than it was a nice week, nothing horrible, but there's only 46 more school days to the next school holidays. So, the countdown has well and truly begun. So, that's that. Now, last Sunday night, we celebrated my daughter's 33rd birthday. Thank you all so very much for your lovely birthday wishes. I did pass them all on to my daughter, and she was very, very happy. Thank you so very much once again. And we went to her favorite Chinese, we all love it there actually, but her favorite Chinese restaurant. And I'm going to share some photos of the food that we ate. Way too much food, so much so when we ordered that the waiter said, stop, no more. And we were like, what? Now, I really wanted to have some fried ice cream, but we didn't even look for that because we went home to cut the cake. We didn't have a traditional cake. I had a pack, and it comes with, I think, 24 pieces of little individual slices of chocolate cake, meringue, lemon meringue, cheesecake, blueberry cheesecake, and apple pie. So everyone had a few pieces of all the different cakes, which is awesome. And of course, there were 33 candles on there. I couldn't put 33 candles on there. You know, we sang happy birthday. I said her birthday story, which is traditional every year. And then, you know, we had some cake, some tea, chatting, and then that was done. My daughter is now officially 33, God bless. So that was the highlight of the weekend, and of course, you know, of the school holidays, as I mentioned last week. So I think that's pretty much it. I don't have anything else here I need to share with you. So thank you so much for hanging out with us today. As always, it is my favorite day of the week because, you know, I do know that we have this opportunity to be together, and there's nothing more special than friends gathering, even if it's for a short time, just to say, hey, how are you? I hope you're doing well. And I truly do hope and believe that you're all doing well. It's so very important. And until I see you all very, very soon, take care, everyone. Bye-bye for now.